Hello and welcome to this Long Island weather alert. Who's ready for some wildfire smoke? I actually was noticing it today after the showers this evening. Look at this. This was in Belmore. Take a look at all the smoke that we had in the air here. Clearly see very hazy. And I smelled it too this evening. I don't know if you did too, but I definitely smelled it. Well, you know, the air quality was absolutely terrible. It did get a little bit better when the breeze, there was a little of a sea breeze, but after the rain, it was really just gross out. We had more rain today, of course. What else is new? Let's talk about that first. We'll go to the weather and hazards map here, and see what we got going on. So 66 degrees at Islip, 64. We had more precipitation today. If we go look at our climate for report for Islip, we had 0.32 inches of rain today at Islip. Might have been a little more than that after this reading was taken. So we'll go to the map. We'll take a look at the precipitation amounts for today. So we had some downpours that actually went over Suffolk County. We'll go here and we'll take a look, and you'll see Suffolk County in particular had some downpours here. Half an inch of rain, some of these downpours here. We had 3/4 of an inch at West Hampton. So that's pretty impressive. Pine Barrens got another good soaking, I guess. And North Jersey also got a decent amount of rain, to over an inch there. 0.40 in Central Park, and pretty much nothing for the southern part of New Jersey. And north of the area, it looks like, went to Westchester, it got over an inch. Boy, it's been a lot of rain. This wet June just does not want to let up at all, one bit. Dew points have dropped a little bit, but it still kind of remains kind of muggy out there. Temperatures today got up into the mid-70s. You get into a little bit of sunshine, a little bit toward the evening hours. Temperatures are generally mid-70s and upper 60s, cooler out east where the rain kind of hung on. And if you go to the west where they had more sun, they got close to 80 degrees in Jersey. So that's pretty much what we're looking at here. But we'll take a look at a few more precipitation reports here for you. We'll go to the Wonder Map, and we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Oh, please. Enough already. No thanks. I already have it turned off. I don't understand why it keeps doing this. You're using your ad blocker. I'm so tired of it. But you'll see here the heavier precipitations in Suffolk County. It's got a half an inch going from Babylon into western Suffolk, northern Suffolk. Good part of Suffolk, actually. Depending on hit and miss, depending on where you are. But depending on where these showers, and there might have actually been some thunderstorms, too, in there as well. We can go to the radar rewind for that, and we'll go to the radar. We'll rewind the radar. We'll show you what we had to deal with earlier on today. You can see there were some heavy rain showers to the north and west. Maybe some thunderstorms, too. Looks like that one went to the south, but then there were a few that kind of moved in around. Yeah, this batch is what moved on in the early afternoon across Suffolk County. Added to those rainfall totals there. But we finally get a break from the rain for just a couple of days, and then we're right back into dealing with this crap again. Unbelievably. So let's go look at our satellite image, and you can see the smoke. You can see the air mass that we're going to be getting into for tomorrow off to the west. You can see a lot of pop-up cumulus, too. But you definitely see some haze there. It's not terribly thick, but I still think it's going to be noticeable haze tomorrow. Let's look at the CONUS view to get a larger view of what's happening across the country. And you can see there a whole bunch of wildfire smoke in the Mississippi River Valley. That is all heading east. That's going to bring us hazy skies tomorrow and Thursday. And it's all coming from Canada. If we again look at the Canada Northern map, you'll see. Look at all that smoke. So you got a lot of fires now. Now it looks like British Columbia is dominating. A lot of smoke coming out of British Columbia heading right into right around that low and right in our area, bringing us more smoke. I miss seeing deep blue skies. When we're ever going to see that? But you can see, look at all that smoke there. See, it's kind of hemmed in by the mountains there. Quite a bit of it there. We'll go and look at the MODIS satellite. You can see this is what we're going to be dealing with tomorrow, and then we've got a real thick batch of it over here. coming from Canada and Saskatchewan. And those fires are still going. They're all still, you just can't see them because of the high cloud cover. Maybe they're getting some precipitation over there. I don't know. We'll look at the models and we'll see. But let's go back to the weather and hazards map. We'll go and take a look and see if no, weather and hazards map. Not that. Not yet. Go to the weather and hazards map and we'll see what we've got as far as see if we're getting any smoke reports of any near surface smoke being reported in some of these areas. It looks like there is some perhaps over in this area here. See if they're reporting any smoke at all. It doesn't look like haze was reported here for a little bit, so some of it could reach the surface at times. It just says haze, smoke. It's obviously smoke. So we could get into that. And there's a whole bunch more up in this area here. And again, if you go look at Edmonton, I'm sure that they're dealing with it right now. Let's gotta find an actual. Yeah, the airport is what we gotta look at here. Oh yeah, smoke. You can see there's smoke being reported there. So we're definitely at the surface. So there could be some surface smoke too. Definitely gonna be hazy. That's for sure. Pretty much. So at least we're not going to have to deal with the rain, though. I'll take the smoke over the rain. I'm so tired of that rain. It's absolutely ridiculous. Let's go to the Weather Prediction Center, show you what's going on. We have a little secondary cold front that's passing. And then as we go through the days, you'll see we'll have fair weather. But that front, there's going to be another front that's going to come through on Friday. Well, maybe even late Thursday, that could bring some unsettled weather, and that's going to stall to our south on the weekend, and then we get to deal with stall front syndrome. So let's talk about our weather, and then we'll get back to talking about the smoke. Let's go take a look at the European model, and you will see here that high pressure tomorrow, so no problems for us. At least we won't have to deal with any precipitation, and it looks like Thursday will largely be dry too. But the problem is, as we head into the weekend, you see what happens. We got a backdoor front, waves of low pressure on along it, and we could have some rain chances Saturday. And they could even linger into Sunday now. So the whole weekend looks like, I know, I am so tired of this. But let's talk about the smoke first. That's what I'm mainly focusing on here. Well, let's talk about our weather, and then we'll go to the smoke. Let's go to the HRRR a little later, because I want to have the whole HRRR model in. So you'll see no precipitation. At least we have 2 dry days, 2 precious dry days in a row here. Dew points obviously will be dropping. Still got some humidity, but that's going to start disappearing by tomorrow. Hangs on a little bit across by the coast, but eventually it will drop. And you can see it's not a strong front. So you can see there's higher humidity along the coast. That indicates a sea breeze. So maybe we'll have a light west wind to start, but then it'll turn southerly. So there will be a sea breeze, which will keep coastal locations cooler. And then as we get into Thursday, we still see some drier air. We're still kind of in the drier air, so it won't really get terribly. It'll get a little bit more humid. We'll start off with more of a westerly flow, which gets us hotter on Thursday. So let's look at how this is all going to affect our temperatures. Tonight, temperatures probably still won't drop much. And then tomorrow it's going to be pretty warm. Temperatures in the low 80s, maybe mid to upper 80s if you're inland, especially in Jersey. But then the sea breeze will drop things into the 70s on the South Shore. Tomorrow night, lows in the 60s. And then Thursday will be even hotter. You're probably talking about 90 or better if you're inland. And then mid to upper 80s in many areas of Long Island that are away from the water. But hopefully there will be a sea breeze again toward the afternoon. So that's as far as I'm going to go here. We will, again, talk about the weekend on probably tomorrow night, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. It's right now we only have so many models to look at as far as the weekend goes, but it's looking a little unsettled. So probably we'll have a better idea as we get to Friday about that. But of course, I got to update you on the smoke. That's the main thing we're going to talk about here. So let's get to the 18Z HRRR. Do the vertically integrated smoke first. And you can definitely see some smoke moving into our area, though. Yeah, it could be thick at times. You can see there's another wave coming in, so it'll definitely be noticeable. Definitely be some haze around. And Thursday, we're still dealing with it, so it's not going to be going anywhere, unfortunately. Hazy skies will be with us. It'll be some blue, but it's going to be pretty milky looking. And there also could be some near-surface smoke in the mix, despite the fact the media is downplaying it. You definitely see some near the surface. And then as we get toward later Wednesday, it's Wednesday night, it actually gets quite noticeable. Look at that. Let's get into Thursday. I think it's going to be worse. Lee Goldberg is saying Thursday could be better. I'm not according to this model. Not according to this one. Now, I don't have the full 0Z run of the HRRR smoke modeling yet. But let's go to the RAP, which is the other one. Not as high of a resolution, but we do have a more recent run, 21Z. And we can look at the vertically integrated smoke on that. And you can see, yep, there it comes. So coming across the area, you see it there tomorrow. So again, could make for a nice sunset, obviously. It's the plus about it. You do get some pretty cool looking sunsets. But other than that, we're going to be dealing with it for sure. And there'll probably be some near surface as well. So I look at they say, oh, it's mostly a loft. You can clearly see that there's some, yeah, it's not super thick at the surface, but it's noticeable and you might smell it. Let's go to the AQI, and then I'll get back to talking about cloud cover. It's saying right now we have good AQI on Long Island. Let's go ahead and go to the purple air map here. We'll explore the map and we'll show you so I'll show you everything here. It just takes a minute to load. Oh, plenty of bad air quality. Long Island's just lucky, but yeah, we got moderate air quality. It's not great. You definitely notice it. All right. You can see plenty of reds. So, well, the good air quality looks like maybe if you go to Nova Scotia or New Brunswick, you have some good air quality, but pretty much the whole area is dealing with pretty bad air quality. You can see this is what we're going to start dealing with. Look at Minneapolis here. That's not good at all. So, you know, I love how they like to downplay. And as you get into Canada, look at how bad it is in Saskatoon and stuff. So, that's all going to be heading our way. So, it's going to get worse as we get toward Thursday, I think. All right, back to talking about the skies as far as cloud cover goes. Go to the RHM. Obviously, the good news is we will have sunshine. So, let's take a look at that. So, here's tomorrow. Maybe some clouds to start, but should be plenty of sun. There could be a few pop-up cumulus, stratocumulus around. I think when there's smoke, it tends to add some condensation nuclei, so it may be partly sunny at times for tomorrow, even though everybody's saying it'll be mostly sunny. We've seen this before with smoke, that it helps development of stratocumulus clouds. Thursday, similar deal. There may be some scattered cirrus jet chunk, but again, a nice blue sky is probably not what we're going to have. But according to this, at least, it looks like we have plenty of sun through Friday. So maybe we actually string 3 dry days together. Imagine that. Unfortunately, as we get toward the weekend, it's going to kind of head downhill, but we will worry about that later. The main issue is going to be smoke. Be a little warm out there, a little hot, not record-breaking, but the smoke is going to be the main issue for the next at least 2 days. So I'll keep you posted on that. That wraps up this video. Have a good night.